Greetings. Let's talk. The other day, I was displaying at Laurel's Prize Tournament, which, if you've never been there, if you're not from Monsteura, is not for Laurel's. It does not involve prizes, and it's not a tournament. Don't ask me how they came up with that name. I honestly don't know that answer. But I do know that what it is a large event where artisans show up and you're given a table space, and you set up a display for your art, and it's pretty much a all-day venue where you get to display what you're doing, talk with Laurel's in your field, and talk with other artisans, and generally a chance to geek out. It's a lot of fun. This will have been my second year to display. And I wanted to talk about, just for a minute, some of the things that I had on display there, but not involving my art. Because this was an opportunity for me to do a few things. And I want to start off by showing you one of the things I had on the table. And that's this. Now, what is this? Probably you might be able to tell, but it's a notebook. And it's got Wiesenfeuer's arms on it. Why do I have this? This is part of the Champions Regalia that Wiesenfeuer gives its Arts and Sciences champion. And I am their current Arts and Sciences champion. So I'm sitting there displaying at, the kingdom's biggest display event for artisans. And was I showcasing something that had Wiesenfeuer's arms on it because I was their ANS champion? Yes, I absolutely was. Was I wearing the baldric of the Wiesenfeuer Artisans Champion? Yes, I absolutely was. And at the top of this is their arms as well. So it was right here. Was I wearing the red beaded necklace that the champion gets to wear? Yes, I had that right there front and center. It was on the top of all my other regalia, so it was sitting right there to be seen. So anyone who came and talked to me was taking in, on top of my overall display, on top of my conversation, on top of who I am as a person, they were also taking in all of the trimmings of, this is Wiesenfeuer's Arts and Sciences champion. Now, why is that important? What am I trying to suggest here with that? Am I sitting here tooting my own horn saying, hey, I'm the best, and, notice that? No, I'm not. Matter of fact, this is rather the opposite. Has Wiesenfeuer's champion, this is my opportunity, irrespective of the fact that I live in Wiesenfeuer, this is my opportunity to show the kingdom how awesome my barony is, how awesome this group is. And it's the exact same attitude that I had when I was their Bardic champion years ago. The Bardic champion for Wiesenfeuer has this huge cloak that has their arms on the panel, on the front panels when you close it up. And I wore that thing everywhere, even when it was uncomfortable, even when it was a little too warm to wear that thing. I tried to wear that thing everywhere. Why? Because I wanted to show off, I wanted to show the colors. I wanted to show the kingdom how awesome this barony was. And I didn't live in Wiesenfeuer when I won the Arts and Sciences competition, or rather when I won the Bardic competition. When I was Bonwick's Bardic champion just recently, you'll remember I had right here the champion banner. I also got to wear this. Now, this is not for their champions. This is for their populace members. And I am allowed to continue to display and wear this baldric, even though I'm no longer their champion, because I'm a past champion. And did I have this on my belt, down here when I was walking around at LPT? Yeah, you're damn right I did. Why? Because I wanted people to see those colors. The only reason I didn't have it worn on me was 2 baldricks is just a bit garish, even for an Englishman. Part of the SCA culture are championships. It's intrinsic into who we are. We know that there was a tournament at the first ever SCA event, and they named a champion at that tournament, and it was decided in a, the tournament's a competition by definition. And that is pretty intrinsic in our culture. Even if not all events are a competition, almost every group has some sort of champion or some slate of champions that they find new ones every year. It's, again, part of our culture. And as you go through your SCA career, I'm sure a lot of you are now going, well, I'm never going to be a champion. What does this have to do with me? Well, first of all, I was one of those people who said, well, I'm never going to be a champion. And I now have several championships under my belt in several different disciplines. So never say never. But also, as you walk up to people, as you talk with people, as you interact with people at events, at competitions, around court, at feast, take note of their regalia. Ask about it. Ask, is that your group? Or why are you, if you know what group they're from and it's not their group, why are you wearing that? Is that a championship medallion? Is that a championship scabbard on your sword? Is that cloak from a group that you represent? Give them a chance to talk about the group that they represent. And a lot of times you're going to find out about an awesome group. And I know that sounds a little formulaic because, how can all groups be awesome, or how can every group have a cool story? I've been playing over a quarter century. Every group has a cool story. Every group has a cool little thing that they do or they say or they have that's worth 2 minutes of your time. It's an opportunity to help feed and sustain the SCA culture, which includes word fame. Word fame about individuals, yes, but also word fame about groups. Am I biased because I am from Wiesenfeuer? Yes, but you can ask the Barony of Bonwick, and you can ask anyone who knew me when I was Bonwick's Bardic champion. I was glad to talk up Bonwick. I was glad to talk about how awesome they were. I was glad to reach out to Bonwick and help them with stuff, even though I don't live there and I'm not even close to where they are, because I'm wearing their colors. I'm representing them, and I want the world to know how awesome this barony is. So there are 2 parts to that equation. One is if you are a champion and you are wearing their colors, take every opportunity you can. If part of the regalia I had was this notebook. And as you can see here, I was taking notes all day in this notebook. Pen right here. So I was absolutely taking notes, and every time I reached to take notes, I was coming up and people were seeing, the first thing they'd see is this is the ANS, the badge for Arts and Sciences in our kingdom. And then they would see me open it, and they would see the Wiesenfeuer arms right here. So if it was down, they would see the Wiesenfeuer arms face up. So every time someone came by, I made sure that the subtext of my artistic display was underpinned by the fact that I am representing Wiesenfeuer, and I want people to know how awesome Wiesenfeuer is. And even if you've never been to Wiesenfeuer, or you're not even sure where it is on a map, you'll see the flames, and you'll see the arms. And maybe the next time you're home, or maybe the next time you're glancing at the kingdom itinerary or whatever, you'll see those, and you'll be like, oh wait, maybe I want to look more into this, because that's exactly why I do that. That's flying the colors. And it's my privilege to do that as a champion, but also the other end of this is your responsibility has people taking all this in to ask questions, to learn, to encourage, because flying the colors is great, but it's even better when more people actually ask and see and interact, and you know that the colors, the badge, the arms, the names are seen and are heard, and that helps improve, frankly, everything. It helps elevate the best parts of the SCA, because you find out about some really awesome groups and you get to hear the best stories from those groups that way. So something else for you to think about, something that we can all take with us to our next meeting, outing, event, whatever. Thank you very, very much for joining me. I look forward to seeing you at the next event. Until then, goodbye, and God bless. If there are two things I've learned that drive videos these days, it's controversy and engagement. Now, I am never going to fly the controversy flag on a regular basis. It's not what I'm here for. It's not the content I want to make, and I really don't think it helps any of us. But let's do engagement. If you like this video, please go down in the comments and leave a comment. Make sure to share the video. And last but not least, easiest of all, make sure to like the video. That helps drive the algorithm. It helps get the video views and helps promote this material. Thank you very much.